usually in my previous videos, I've always tried to speak about a topic that or a method or technique that kind of, from my opinion, improves your life or enhances your life a little bit more, makes things a bit easier. So here I am with another method or technique that I believe can improve your life or make things easier. And this specific thing is called observing. And what do I mean with this? Um, Basically, it's fairly easy. So what I'm trying to say here is that throughout life, you are, of course, the main actor in your own world. You perform things and learn as you go. But what you are also is a spectator of other people, their main story. And what I'm suggesting in here is um, you should take a step backwards. And I think this is especially relevant if you're young because there's still a lot of things that you can learn. And there are, of course, older people that have already experienced what you still need to experience. So, what I'm suggesting here is that what you can do is try to observe uh, uh, the environment around you. So take a step back. Don't don't judge. Don't judge. Just be a spectator. For example, when like as in watching a movie or something, be a spectator. Observe the environment around you, and I think this is especially beneficial. For example, if you want to do a certain thing or go into a certain direction, but you really aren't that sure of how to do it specifically or how to start with it. For example, if you want to start a company or whatever. What you can do, of course, then is to try to find people within or outside your environment that are doing that specific thing that you are planning to do. And then try to see if you can observe and how they do these things, and um, and be, of course, a spectator in that environment. So don't judge them, just observe and how they do things, and if possible, also observe multiple examples of people trying same kind of thing. For example, starting a business or something. So what I'm trying to say here is imagine that you're observing two environments where different people, let's say two people are starting a business. One is becoming, over time, is becoming very successful with his or her business, and the other one is a bit less successful. Now, if you're a spectator and you're observing them, then of course you are able to distill from both persons uh, their strengths and weaknesses, and also, of course, you will see in what is it that they are doing specifically that makes them succeed more in their business or succeed less in their business. So is that person more proactive? Is that person less proactive? Is that person does he have a temper, or he or she have a temper and the other doesn't? And are those like factors that determine or has impact on whether those persons succeed in their endeavor or not? And once you have observed those things, so still a spectator, you're not doing anything, right? You're just observing them. Once you've observed those things, you can, of course, distill those conclusions and informations and then come up with your own strategy based on what you have seen that succeeds. And then try to adapt those strategies in your own life because you also want to go into that direction. And I think this is a very, very useful technique that you can apply because observing it doesn't cost anything, and it's very, very low effort. So it doesn't require any money. You do it basically just by observing, by being non-biased, by being non-judgmental. You just observe the environment around you. And I think um, it's very powerful also when you implement it. And I do think that a lot of people are, yeah, because of uh, uh, the time that we live in, everyone is busy within their own domain and focused on themselves so much. They consider themselves the main actor in their own story that they sometimes forget to observe the environment. And I think if you do it more from a spectator point of view, there are a lot of benefits that you can gain from this. And of course, this also does not only apply with, for example, being successful in, but for example, when you want to start a business or anything else. It does also apply in having a bit more of an easy way of life, I would say. So if you observe um, your environment, you see some people that are cruising through life in a way more easier fashion, right? Sometimes it looks like as if they are natural and they have no problems whatsoever, and they cruise through life in a really, really easy kind of way, and there are no problems on their mind whatsoever. And then you observe some other people that are constantly stressed and think everything is a hassle, and yeah. So you have like two different types of people that are, going through life. And of course, there's these are two extreme spectrums, because there's a range of other different things that you can observe. And what I think is that if you step, take a step back and then get out of your own domain by not focusing too much on yourself, but really try to observe your environment. I think there are a lot of things within our environment that we can learn and apply to our own lives to make, basically to make our own lives a bit better, and learn from the mistakes. Not even learn, just observing from the mistakes that you see in your environment, and also learning and observing from the successes that you see in your environment, and distilling from those successes and failures the core factors, that are what you observed is contributing to those failure successes, and applying those into your own life. I think it's this method of just observing and then distilling the information and then defining your own strategy around it is a very, very effective way to, for example, to go through life with a bit more easiness, and if you want to start something, a bit more success rate to achieve the desired outcome that you want to achieve. And by observing these things, you not only learn about what defines, like a specific how do you say this? What defines, specific factors that you are observing for success, but you also learn about behaviors, and you see things that aren't really, recorded in books. So of course, in books, there are a lot of books that have written about a lot of things about how to succeed in life, how to do this well, how to do that well, but words doesn't explain an image as well. And words is also just, a book with characters and stuff. It cannot explain everything in real life, which is in 3D, different environments, and there are a lot of different factors at play. So I think by observing things in your life, in your environment, you can, basically, it's a nice cheat code that you can apply to improve your own life, I guess. So that's it for this week. Thank you. Bye.